I was sitting in my room last night and I looked down at my own hand. It just didn't feel like mine, like it was attached to me but not part of me. And everything around me looked fake, like a movie set. So I kept thinking, am I even real right now? I know that sounds insane, but I thought I was losing my mind. Hi, I am David. If any part of what I am about to say sounds familiar, hit subscribe right now, because I have been where you are, and I am going to tell you what actually helps. It was an ordinary Tuesday, and I was sitting on my bed with the curtains drawn, staring at nothing when I looked down at my hand. The same hand I have used to wave goodbye to people I love. And it didn't feel like it belonged to me, like a prop someone had just placed at the end of my arm. Then I looked around my room at my posters, my lamp, my water bottle, all stuff I have had for years, and everything looked strangely fake, and there was this weird, quiet wrongness in my head that I could not even describe. Then I said my own name out loud, and my voice sounded like it was coming from the end of a very long hallway inside someone else's dream. I did not tell anyone, because how do you even explain that? Nobody warns you about it. I did not know it had a name, and I did not know it was real. So I just sat there thinking, what if I have already died and nobody noticed? That is not a random thought. That is a documented, studied, named symptom of anxiety called depersonalization and derealization. When I finally got the courage to search it online, I found hundreds of people describing the exact same experience. Someone wrote, "I feel like I'm in a movie. I just want to wake up and actually feel alive." There was this 18-year-old who said, "I constantly feel like I'm going to die. I wish I had a normal brain." I could have written that myself. Here is what broke my heart, and also kind of saved me. That 18-year-old got hundreds of replies. They were not alone, and neither was I. So here is the science, because I needed research to believe I was not just imagining things. Researchers found that when this happens, the part of your brain that watches and analyzes everything, your prefrontal cortex, gets way too active, while the part that actually lets you feel things, your limbic system, goes almost silent. So your brain keeps observing every little thing, but it cannot feel anything real. You are watching yourself from the outside, but you cannot connect to what you are seeing. Why would your brain do that? Because you have been stressed, probably for a long time. Under overwhelming stress, your brain sometimes pulls an emergency brake. It steps outside of reality and makes everything feel like a dream, so the pain does not hit you as hard. It is not madness. It is just a protection mechanism that went a little too far. And here is the most important thing I need you to hear. This is not psychosis, and you are not losing your mind. In psychosis, people lose touch with reality without even realizing it. But you know something feels wrong. That terrifying, exhausting awareness is proof your brain is still working. You are not damaged, and you are not beyond help. So how do you make it stop? You stop fighting it, because fighting it is like pressing the accelerator and the brake at the same time. It just keeps you stuck. Instead, you give your body something real to hold on to. The first time it got really bad, I dunked my face in a bowl of ice water. That sounds dramatic, I know, but there is actually science behind it. It triggers something called the mammalian dive reflex, and your body shifts from panic mode to calm mode almost immediately. Someone online said it literally resets something in your nervous system, and honestly, it does. Hold something cold or heavy, an ice cube, a heavy book, or a thick blanket wrapped tight around you. It sounds weird, but it anchors you. Someone wrote, "Carrying something heavy gives me something real to hold on to when everything else feels fake." It stimulates the part of your brain that has gone quiet. Try spelling a word backward. Pick elephant and spell it backward. It forces your brain to do something concrete and boring instead of spinning in existential loops. Walk around, sway, or balance on one leg. Your brain has to coordinate balance, space, movement, all very real things, and that pulls your attention back into your body. And the biggest one, do not try to argue with the feeling. When your brain whispers, "What if none of this is real?" Do not fight it. Just say to yourself, "Maybe it is not, and I am going to wash my hands anyway." That has helped me more than anything else. Not every time and not instantly, but the feeling does go away. Every single time it has passed for me, and each time it does, I get a little better at pulling myself back. I really thought I was the only one. That is why I started talking about it, because I needed someone to tell me that this has a name, a cause, and a way out. You are not going crazy, and you are not alone. Hey, there is this channel I found called Stick Doodle Films. They post things that actually helped me, real experiences, the actual research, and honest advice. You should subscribe, honestly. It makes life a little easier, I promise. If this video meant something to you, hit subscribe and drop a comment that says, "I am still here." Because you are, and that matters more than you know. Thank you for listening.